Hello, I am Dr. Brian Caputo, President of College of DuPage. Welcome to our annual celebration of Black History Month. This year's national theme is the Black Family, Representation, Identity, and Diversity. During the month of February, College of DuPage will examine, recognize, and celebrate the Black family and its rich tapestry of history through arts, culture, and much more. Celebrations such as Black History Month are an opportunity to expand our knowledge, understanding, and appreciation of the world and people around us. At College of DuPage, we believe in the power of education, diversity, equity, and inclusion. We are proud to present Black History Month to the entire community. Please join us in the various virtual events during the next several weeks. We have an enriching program planned just for you, and I hope that you will participate in COD's Black History Month observance. I look forward to seeing you there.
Thank you, Dr. Caputo, for that introduction as we recognize Black History Month 2021 at College of DuPage. Once again, we are excited to explore a culture that has impacted America and the world for centuries. Sometimes people ask, why recognize Black History Month? What makes Black history different than any other ethnic history to the point that we have to take a month to reflect, teach, learn, and yes, celebrate? I concur that Black History Month is no more prominent than Indian history, Hispanic history, Asian, Jewish, European, or Native history, for they are all very significant to the fabric of America. However, I submit that as a culture, Black history is perhaps somewhat unique in that Pan-African people did not seek America. Yet in the midst of that saga of economic exploit, oppression, degradation, inequity, social segregation, and racism, the Black culture in America has not only thrived, but continues to strive in an environment that is not always receptive. Black History Month is a time to see that type of success, perseverance, ingenuity, and victory from enslavement to inspiration here in America. As you know, this year's events unfortunately cannot be held in person, but we want to thank all of you all for joining us virtually and let you know that your continued interest and enthusiasm is a testament of the significance and importance of recognizing and celebrating culture through Black History Month. So in that spirit, let's take a moment to look back at the highlights of Black History Month over the years past at College of DuPage. Well, we had a good year this year. We started out with an opening ceremony that was a very rousing ceremony that had presentation from East Aurora High School.
This is not just about a month of celebration, but this is the celebration of our entire existence as a people, and those that come before us. Black history is American history. Don't ever forget that.
Inspired by the teachings of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., I plan to use my voice and ideas to make changes in our society.
I just love that even though we go through so much, we still embrace who we are. We still are very proud of who we are as Black people.
Like, it's something that a lot of us know, but we need not only our community and other communities to know it, but there's a very thin line between the cemetery and the traffic stop. Death is something you're not coming back from. So we need to take all our resources and try to put it towards what can we do to alleviate this problem. This might not get finished in my lifetime, but what can we do for our kids?
We very well spoken, we authors, we poets, we dancers, we like to lay on the floor sometimes. we do it all, and like that's what's so valuable about the Black culture. Like, we don't limit ourselves to just one thing.
And then from there, we moved into our closing ceremony. It featured the African Dance and Music Institute, so they led in the expression of the African dance.
But we have always been a people that have loved to sing, even from Africa. Everybody say Africa. Africa. So now, when you hear things about Negro spirituals, when slaves were singing in the fields, oh, those songs were not songs necessarily always of pain, but they were messages.
This year's theme is the Black family, representation, identity, and diversity. As stated by the Association for the Study of African American Life and History, the Black family has been a topic of study in many disciplines: history, literature, the arts and film studies, sociology, anthropology, and social policy. The Black family's representation, identity, and diversity have been both celebrated and revered, as well as stereotyped and vilified from the days of slavery to present times. This year, we will explore the Black family as we encourage an atmosphere of teaching and learning at College of DuPage. To get us started, we have two powerful people that I would like to introduce to you. First, we have student Dorcas Brew. Dorcas is in the Motion Picture Television program at College of DuPage, and she is an officer with the Student Leadership Council and participates as a leader in the new student orientation, living leadership, and the peer mentoring programs. Dorcas also serves as a youth leader for her high school girls at Calvary Church. Next, we will hear from our guest speaker, Jamon Lewis. Now, Jamon is a COD alum. During his time at College of DuPage, Jamon led the Black Student Alliance Club as its co-president, and he served as a student representative for COD's Black Student Leadership Conference, where he addressed hundreds of Black high school students and encouraged them along the lines of leadership, community service, and academic achievement. Jamon was one of the first students to help launch the peer mentoring program at COD and has received several awards as a member of the College of DuPage's forensic team. I introduce to you Dorcas Brew, who will then be followed by Jamon Lewis.
Hello, my name is Dorcas Brew, and I am a second-year student here at the College of DuPage, and I am also a film major. And to me, why Black History Month means so much is because I think that it is so very important to highlight the contribution of Black Americans here in America. Though we started off with slavery, I think that it is best to not just stay there, but also highlight the good and some of the most influential people to us as Black Americans and in Black history, like Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King, and Rosa Parks. And to reflect on this year's theme, which is the Black family, I would like to talk more about my heritage. So my family is from Africa, and they actually come from the Ivory Coast, which is part of West Africa. And as Africans, my parents actually immigrated here in America, and that is the reason I'm an African American. And I think that though I'm African and I am Black, I think it is so important to also highlight that I am also American. We are Black, but we are American, and it is our different races that unites us in this one country. So thank you guys so much for having me here, and have a great day.
I'm Jamon Lewis, a COD alumni, and I'm going to be reading from Assata by Assata Shakur. Just for a brief introduction, Assata Shakur was basically a Black revolutionary who went to jail for political crimes after a highly contested trial in the 1970s. Since then, she has been in prison. She actually escaped prison in 1979 and has been living in asylum in Cuba ever since. I believe her case should be brought to light during these times because of the uprising that happened this past summer, along with some of the events this past January, including this month's inauguration. And so looking through Black History Month, we're gonna look to a theme of Black being beautiful and reinvesting in Blackness. And I believe her autobiography does a good job of that. Chapter 1, Affirmation. I believe in living. I believe in the spectrum of beta days and gamma people. I believe in sunshine, in windmills and waterfalls, tricycles and rocking chairs. And I believe that seeds grow into sprouts, and sprouts grow into trees. I believe in the magic of the hands and in the wisdom of the eyes. I believe in rain and tears and in the blood of infinity. I believe in life. And I've seen the death parade march through the torso of the earth, sculpting mud bodies in its path. I've seen the destruction of the daylight and seen bloodthirsty maggots prayed to and saluted. I've seen the kind become the blind and the blind become the kind. In one easy lesson, I have walked on cut glass. I have eaten crow and blunder bread and breathed the stench of indifference. And I've been locked by the lawless, handcuffed by the haters, gagged by the greedy. And if I know anything at all, it's that a wall is just a wall and nothing more. It can be broken down. I believe in living. I believe in birth. I believe in the sweat of love and in the fire of truth. And I believe that a lost ship steered by tired seasick sailors can still be guided home to port. There were lights and sirens. Zaid was dead. My mind knew that Zaid was dead. The air was like cold glass. Huge bubbles rose and burst. Each one felt like an explosion in my chest. My mouth tasted like blood and dirt. The car spun around me and then something like sleep overtook me. In the background, I could hear what sounded like gunfire. But I was fading and dreaming. Suddenly, the door flew open and I felt myself being dragged out onto the pavement. Pushed and punched, a foot upside my head, a kick in the stomach. Police were everywhere. One had a gun to my head. Chapter 2. You died. I cried. And kept on getting up. A little slower. And a lot more deadly. The FBI cannot find any evidence that I was born. On my FBI wanted poster, they list my birth date as July 16, 1947. And in parentheses, quote, not substantiated by birth records, end quote. Anyway, I was born. I am the older of two children. My sister, Beverly, was born 5 years later. The name my mama gave me was Joanne Deborah Byron. I'm told that I was fat, happy baby, and that I was talking in complete sentences when I was about 9 months old. They say that I was lazy even though I talked that way before I learned to walk. Everybody says that I had my days mixed up with my nights and kept everybody up all night. The only other tale I remember hearing about my babyhood is that I would scream at the top of my lungs whenever anybody wearing furs or feathers came near me. And I'm still not too fond of furs and feathers to this day. Thank you. It's Assata by Assata Shakur.
Thank you, Dorcas, for your timely and insightful remarks. And to our special guest speaker, COD alum Jamon Lewis, thank you for those powerful and thought-provoking readings. All the best to you as well. During the month, we encourage everyone to join the events. We thank the entire college and all those who have provided programs to engage our entire college community. To view the entire month of events, visit the Student Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion webpage. We look forward to a great month and hope to see you there.